Good morning. It is Wednesday, December 19th. I'm saying good morning, even though the time says 1:54 in the afternoon, but I am still drinking coffee, and I haven't eaten lunch yet. So in my head, it's still morning, so I'm saying good morning. Okay, first thing, why am I video blogging? This is my first video blog for my blog. Why did I get a webcam? Because I've been watching Brotherhood 2.0 for the better part of a year, and it has been very fun and entertaining, and I've been watching other video blogs, and I thought it would be fun to kind of mix this in when I have a day where I've got a lot to talk about and I don't want to sit and type it all up, particularly when I have stuff to show, because I have stuff to show, and that takes scanning, and that takes time, and it's the holidays, and we're all crunched for the holiday season. Pardon me while I adjust my foot that I sit on. And my shirt. I wanted to show my shirt, first of all. That's my 007. That's my James Bond Shaken Not Stirred shirt from Salmon Days, because it was 2007, and so that was the theme for Salmon Days this past September down in Issaquah, and it's really kind of, I love puns, so I had to get the shirt. So anyway, video blogging. First of all, I should apologize for the camera. It's a cheap camera. I'm using the cheap camera because it's a webcam. I'm using that instead of our digital video camera, because the digital video camera, setting it up with the tripod and everything, would be a little bit of a pain in the ass. Using the software is a massive pain in the ass. I hate the software that came with the digital video camera. I need to get some other kind of software if I'm going to be editing family videos, and the webcam was cheap, and it clips onto the laptop, and it's much easier to take with me when I travel, which, you know, I don't travel a lot, but when I do, I think I'd want to take it with me. I should also apologize for the lighting in here. I'm in the den. This is my den. It's dark. Painted it dark blue. That's one of the pictures that I took, actually, by the way. Back there, it's a black and white print of a picture that I took in Santa Cruz. Anyway, that's my background. And I'm backlit, and the camera's grainy because it's cheap. And also I noticed on some of these takes, because I've done this a couple times trying to stay under 10 minutes, that the sound doesn't always keep up with the video, and this is my last attempt to do this because my thought is to save time, and I'm not saving time. So hopefully the sound will line up with the video in this one. Okay, reason why I am doing a video blog today to show people things is because I mailed out my Christmas cards yesterday, and actually very late last night when I went to the post office. And I'm terribly behind in my mind. Theoretically, they should get to people before Christmas, so technically I guess that makes them on time, but I usually send them out much earlier than this. This is the latest I've ever sent them out. Reason why I sent them out late, multiple reasons. And I should start off by saying last weekend, my friend Kirsten, went to a party and was talking to our mutual friend's wife and described how I make all these handmade cards every year. So this is the other reason I'm doing the video blog, is I need to apologize as a whole to everybody. I did not make cards this year handmade, and I feel guilty about that. And I know I shouldn't feel guilty, but I do anyway. So here's an example. 2 years ago, I made a handmade card. This is what everybody got. I make about 50 of these a year, by the way, so it is kind of time-consuming. But I like to do it. So then this little car is embossed, and I did the little painting on it, and then I embossed the tree, and I cut out the tree, and I cut out the card, and I layered it up on the card, you know, and I did all the gluing and everything. That was 2 years ago. Last year, I semi-cheated in that I did a Polaroid transfer. It took me a while to get the Polaroid transfer just the way I wanted it, because I wanted sort of that old world look. That's a picture that I took of our Nutcracker collection, part of it, the Nutcracker collection. Did the Polaroid transfer, scanned it, did all the work with that, printed it on the watercolor kind of paper, and did the paper tearing and all that, and gluing layers, and that's what went out last year. This year I feel like I completely cheated, and I thought I was going to save time, and it didn't end up saving time, so lesson learned. I took a picture of a poinsettia, and I did some diffuse glow and stuff like that, and I designed the card, and I uploaded it to MPix, M as in Mary, Pix.com. Highly recommend them for your printing needs, even though they're more expensive than most places that people use. They are worth it. However, for the folded card, which I insisted on doing, I had to download their software, and that was unexpected, so I had to take time downloading and installing the software and then redesign the card in their software as opposed to in Photoshop, and then order the cards to be printed, and then they were printed and mailed to me, which I actually had them FedEx. They came last week. I still didn't mail them out because I wanted to send them out with my calendar. Part 2 of the video blog. The calendar is done being printed. It's not ready to mail out. Here's why. First of all, that's a sunset picture, a picture of a sunset, I should say, at Manzanita. There's Neocani Mountain on that side. One of my favorite pictures. I took this picture last August in our trip. That's my favorite beach in the whole wide world, is Manzanita right there. So this is the front cover and the back cover and September, as a matter of fact, even though I took a picture in August, but it matches for September, the colors do. So, best beach in the world. Really, truly. Lots of good memories there. So, calendar. Dan printed this for me, and he went to a place that's got the big industrial paper cutter, so he could cut stacks and stacks of paper. And he came home with a massive stack of calendar pages, and I was very excited and said, great, put off doing Christmas cards, because I'll mail them out with this at the same time. Everybody gets everything together, right? Wrong, because half of the pages are microscopically too big to fit. And I mean, last year I was 1 millimeter off, and I had to hand cut 1 millimeter off of each page, which was annoying, but I had the crop marks wrong, and it was all my fault, and that's fine. So this year I made the crop marks narrower. Problem being, I mean, it's just microscopic. Like, technically, I can fit one page in that's microscopically too big, and it bubbles up a little bit up here, and it's not all that bad. Problem is, if I do all 7 pages that are microscopically too big, then the whole thing bubbles and it won't fit, and it gets stuck, and it drives me insane to not have it exactly right. So, calendars are going out next week because I won't have time to trim a microscopic amount of paper off of each of the 7 pages for each calendar until probably this weekend, because we have people coming into my house and visiting and probably staying here, and I have to spend today getting ready for that, which is another reason why I'm video blogging, because in theory this was supposed to take less time, and it's actually taking a lot of time this morning. But I'm not going to edit this, so this is just going to go up as is, and, you know, my apologies for not being a decent video editor as of yet. So that's what I wanted to say, and I think that's all. Oh, yes, when I told my mom that I printed a card this year, she came up this last weekend and brought with her this shoebox filled with Christmas card ideas, you know, just to keep in mind for next year. And gee, Jerry, maybe if you start in January, you can make handmade cards with all these little doodahs and send those out next year. No pressure or anything, but, you know, just some ideas. Just fantastic. So I'm coming up on, I didn't want to go up to 10 minutes, and I hope I'm not going up to 10 minutes because I don't have a little counter on my clock. But I think I'm done for today as I screw with the microphone. So I'm going to say goodbye, and if I don't have time to blog before Christmas, I want to say Merry Christmas to everybody, or Happy Holidays, or whatever it is that you guys all celebrate out there. I hope you have a wonderful time. If I do blog again, I'll be saying Merry Christmas again, I guess. Yeah, fuck it. You can say Merry Christmas as much as you want, can't you? Sorry, I'm a little frantic and I've had a little bit too much coffee today, so I think I'm going to go actually eat lunch and try to breathe and then clean my entire house so that I can have people over without being terribly embarrassed. So, Merry Christmas, and I will talk to you guys later on. Bye.